go to Avalanyo Jogbeje, I hope I've said the name right, because we understand that 2 people have been killed and several others injured in a clash involving the police and the youth in the area. Pretty much related in some way to what we're discussing. Let's get on the phone lines and speak to the Volta Regional Police Commander, DCOP Francis Ebenezer Doku. DCOP Doku, good morning. Thank you for your time. Are you aware of this incident? Good morning, DCOP Doku. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Wonderful. Please, are you aware of the incident at Avalanyo Jogbeje? Hello, Mr. Doku.
Yeah. Good morning to your cherished listeners.
Yeah, please.
I can hear you.
I noticed that you are also watching the TV. That's why you are getting the delay. Please ignore the TV for a minute. Just listen to me on the phone so that we can be in sync. So if you can lower the volume on the TV or switch it off and just listen to my voice.
Can you hear me?
Phone. Yes, we can hear you. So please go ahead.
Yesterday afternoon, 3 o'clock. Based on intelligence, that some people were keeping arms in Nkonya, in the Avalanyo area. Operation Men, that is the SWAT team, led by the second in command of the unit, went out to look for illicit arms around the Avalanyo Jogbeje. If you recall, not long ago, we carried out a similar operation and retrieved a locally manufactured pistol. That operation also led to the arrest of 50 maxi bags of Indian hemp. And so when we received the intelligence, we took it very seriously, sent the operations men out to look for further arms. Why? Because the area has been in conflict for a very long time. And oftentimes when the conflict shows up its ugly head, lots of lives are lost. And so we cannot sit on such a sensitive intelligence. Now, when the police got there, I am sure the people had wind that the police were coming around. And so they encircled the police. In the process, there was a scuffle, as a result of which one AK-47 rifle was snatched from the police. In the process, the police officer from whom the rifle was snatched had an injury on the forehead. And so police decided to go back, come back later to retrieve the arm, because in the heat of that confusion, if police wanted to go ahead with a search for the rifle, there were going to be other nasty incidents which may not be pleasant. And so a report was made to the Kwando Divisional Police Headquarters, which oversees the area. And later the military were informed. The military at Operation Ahujo were informed. The military felt that one AK-47 running into civilian hands is very, very insecure. And so they organized a search team, went to see the chief of Avalanyo Jogbeje, so he could call his people to surrender the arm. The chief asked the military to go back, and that this morning at 10, he personally will come with the arm. As the negotiation was going on, the youth switched off electricity supply to their town. And so it was so dark that you could not see anything. And as the military was retreating to base, the people started shooting towards the direction of the military. In the process, the military returned fire. And the information we have is that 2 people are dead, 6 have been admitted at the Market Hospital in Pandu. We are arranging this morning to go and pick the dead bodies and bring them to the hospital morgue.
So these 2 were killed by the military?
Hello?
So these 2 were killed by the military?
I told you there was a crossfire. People were shooting from the mountains towards town. The military had to return fire from the direction that the shooting was coming from. And so, for now, it is not confirmed whether the two dead were fired at by the military or the other group.
So they were caught in the crossfire.
That is it.
Which means they were not suspects, or
they were not targeted.
They are not. They are not suspected of having been involved in the shooting.
No.
Right. But
you
the military.
Don't know the Avalanyo area that we're talking so well. It's a continuous area. Most times when these incidents happen, people run into the mountain and start shooting from there towards town.
Right. So the military were brought in because the police had lost control of the situation. Is that correct?
We didn't lose control of the situation. We felt that it was appropriate for us to retreat at that time, organize and come back to retrieve the AK-47.
So
when the report got to the military,
who sent the report to the military?
We quickly needed to organize and get the AK-47 back to the police.
So who sent the report to the military?
The divisional headquarters in Kwandu.
So it was the police that reported it to the military?
Yes, because they have a base right there.
Yeah, so that means the police were unable to deal with the situation. That's why they reported it to the military. No, my brother,
maybe you didn't follow the story. I say when information got to the youth that the police had come there to look for arms, they massed up against the police. We were just about 12. And if you have a community that is made up of over 20,000 people, can the police condemn? Yes, will it be appropriate for us to be shooting at everyone?
So you are agreeing with me that the police were unable to handle the situation, therefore they brought in the military. You are agreeing with what I said?
I wouldn't agree to that. We wanted to re-strategize and come back. And we will surely have come back if the military had not moved in.
But can the military move into a civilian area without the permission of the police?
Do they need our permission? Why are they there on operation?
Yes, they do.
They are there on operation.
I'm actually surprised I'm stating this to you.
I wouldn't accept that.
So the military don't need
have been
permission
there for
of the
some time
police?
now to ensure that the place remains quiet. And if they find out that there is an incident that will ignite the trouble, why wouldn't they move in? Do they need the permission of the police to move in? No.
I see. Okay. So what are the next steps? Will there be an investigation? What can we expect?
We will organize an emergency reset meeting to the place this morning. And then when we get there, we'll look at the way forward. But as we speak, investigations have started. The regional CID have moved to the scene, and they are working on the crime scene.
Okay. DCOP Francis Ebenezer Doku, thank you very much for that update, and we'll stay in touch for more.